Peter Obi and the entire APC are playing a chess game with two different strategies. Let me explain. My last videos, I was very disappointed at Peter Obi for joining ADC. But you see, Peter Obi was playing a chess game that, my predictive analysis didn't catch quite on time. So Peter Obi joined ADC without Alex Oti or his running mate at the time, Yusuf Dati Baba Ahmed. That should have given me a clue. But instead, I was a bit disappointed at the fact that how you gonna leave ADC? How you gonna leave Labour Party, go to ADC without your strongest supporters? His Excellency Governor Alex Oti and Senator Yusuf Dati Baba Ahmed cannot put their heads together to build up the party. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's like, this is really interesting. So now Yusuf Dati Baba Ahmed said, look, if Peter Obi is not accepted in ADC, we will welcome him back to Labour Party with open arms. Did you notice that when Obi left for ADC, Abure put out a press conference? Oh my God, we're thankful that Peter Obi has left. Good riddance to bad rubbish. We don't want him anyway. Like different press clips of Labour Party being ecstatic that Peter Obi had left. So Yusuf Dati Baba Ahmed now, hosted a press conference saying, hey, I'm still in Labour Party. All the people who are political travelers, they have come and they have left. But he really wasn't talking about Peter Obi because he did say that, when I met Peter Obi, I was running for presidency. I had asked him for his support. He was so gracious and all that. So that's what he was saying. And he was saying that, look, I am not going to state that I'm going to be running for presidency. I have every right to run as a Nigerian citizen. But if I'm going to run, I will follow the INEC timelines for campaigning and declaration. So this is what Dati is saying. So then, Alex Oti also did not leave. So that just made things quite interesting because now, once Peter Obi got to ADC, all of a sudden, His Excellency Atiku Abubakar was like, nobody's stepping down. Nobody's stepping down for anybody. We're going to do a primaries. Nobody's stepping down. Atiku, you want to destroy ADC like you destroyed PDP, Abi? Because all this talk you're talking, you'll destroy this ADC just as fast as you've built it. So just insinuating that Peter Obi is under him. Look, Peter Obi is in his 60s. Atiku, I think you're probably like in your 80s or close to it. If he's going to greet you, he's going to submit and say, good morning, sir. Yes, sir. Because his mama raised him right. That, okay, even if we're adversaries, I'm not going to disrespect you because we're adversaries. You are my elder, so I am going to respect you. So now people are now coming out the woodworks, like, the former governor of Ekiti State, His Excellency Ayodele Fayoshe, already spoke, say, hey, ADC is nothing without Peter Obi. He said it. He said, ADC is nothing without Peter Obi. And there are so many articles saying that ADC is nothing. And so Peter Obi, he's in a very interesting move. I'm a chess player, and I love the game. He has various possibilities on the chessboard. He's in ADC saying, hey, this may have the financial backing and the structures and the experience needed to win an election. And then also, this is Labour Party this is where the obedience base is, but the obedience will follow me anywhere I go, irregardless, And He's saying, okay, if I stay, if they don't select me, I'll just go right back to Labour Party, where it will have been restructured. There's no abure impediment there. There's nobody, but you gotta remember Lamidi Papa is still there. Oh. Lamidi Papa is still there. And he can do his own damage as well within the party. So that's something that Peter Obi needs to note as well. So, he has those possibilities to then run for office. And then Atiku can now use the ADC ticket if people will still be there to support. Because look, Nigerian politics is a politics of survival. It's not politics of ideology. It's politics of survival. So now, Peter Obi has those possibilities. Here's my advice for Peter Obi, and you guys can agree with me or disagree with me, but you should all know by now that follow me that I don't care. I have an opinion. I give it. If you have one, Facebook is a free platform. Open your page and share your opinion. Now listen, my advice to Peter Obi is this. Don't run at all for presidency for 2027. Don't run for 2031 either. When it's now at 2039, then you come out. This is why I'm saying this. You have to be patient with these kinds of things. Buhari, you may talk about him all you want, but that brother was patient. He ran a couple of times. He was just about to give up until the opportunity presented itself, and he ran and won. Peter Obi, you have obedience. And, a lot of them abuse me in the comment section. And I'm completely fine with it because I don't know none of y'all. So I'm fine with it. What you need to do is support a candidate that will be running for the next 4 years, that will run in 2027. Still be a viable opposition. Don't leave the public limelight like you did these past 4 years. You did not let this administration rest. You just kept showing up, and that made the obedience proud. Because you just kept showing up, and anytime there was a current event, you kept speaking, and that was what intimidated Atiku, because Atiku is a fair weather candidate. Once he runs for president and he loses, he goes back to Dubai or wherever the heck he goes to. And then when he wants to run again, he resurfaces. But because you kept staying in the public limelight, he couldn't go down to Dubai and just chill because you were there, being in the face of the Nigerian populace. So now, continue to do that. Continue to do it. Then in 2031, you support a northern candidate because it's the North's turn. A northern candidate that is not sponsoring terrorism, that is just a clean Muslim, that is a man of faith and just loves his country. You support one of those. He runs from 2031 to 2039. Then when it comes to that time, if you run, that ticket is yours. If you just keep at it, building a political machinery, building a viable opposition, mobilizing the obedience. Because by my son is 12 years old right now, going to be 13. By 2031, my son will be 18. So that's already Gen Alpha. You understand? Gen Alpha, a lot of them will be turning 18 and are in their early 20s. You now begin to nurture and mobilize those ones. And then after that, you now keep mobilizing the Gen Alphas as they go into their late 20s, mid to late 20s and their 30s. And then you now come in. They'll support you. Now you have a movement of obedience that would be huge. The presidency will be pretty much yours. Yeah, you're going to be old, but because of how much you believe in young people, you'll have a young cabinet. And with that young cabinet, you'll be able to nurture more young people to now take over the nation. That's my recommendation. You may like it, you may not like it. It's a free country. But I really think that Peter Obi, this 2027, you will not win. As even whether you're in Labour, whether you're in ADC, you ain't going to win. And people are not saying it. I think Don Azza hinted it in a few of his videos, but he didn't really outright say it the way I did. Don Azza said, I support Obi, but I know he ain't going to win because he's one of the best analysts out there. That's just my opinion. So that's my opinion. I think you can really build a mass movement and then people will start owing you favors. You will now have more leverage, which is what Tinubu did. You may not like him, you may not fancy him, but when it comes to politics, Jagaban is Jagaban. And Peter Obi, because of your exposure and your disposition, you can be that kind of Jagaban, but for a good cause. Because, based on your pedigree and what they are saying about you, you're not corrupt. Because if they had something on you, therefore don't put them out since. Tete. So that is just what I think. You may think, oh, I'm biased and I'm this. 2027, Peter Obi, you're not going to win because the opposition is now split between ADC and Labour. You understand what I'm saying? The opposition is too fragmented. So you will not be able to get a whole block of votes like you would want to. And based on what Jagaban is doing, the Southeastern governors, they already had a fora. Was it just yesterday or a few days ago? That said that they are supporting Jagaban. Is Enugu, Anambra, Ebonyi, Imo. You understand? Did I say Abia? Abia was not there. Anambra Soludo has already pledged his support. His Excellency Alex Oti is not really going to say anything at this point because, he's in Labour. But, if the Labour Party candidate is viable, he might campaign for the person. If he's not, it will be Jagaban. But he's not outright saying it because it would be a form of disloyalty. This is just my assumption. I've not spoken to Alex Oti. I don't think he would outright say something like that. I think the man just wants to make changes in his state and go home. The man ain't Poe. He was the MD of Diamond Bank. He ain't looking for money in politics. He doesn't have to do all that. So I think, with Alex Oti, his loyalty is to Labour, and maybe he may just be mid when it comes to the politicking of the day, and maybe allow APC to do their thing. I don't know, and I'm not going to speak on his behalf, but that's like a huge percentage of the Southeast that has said they are supporting Tinubu. The Southwest, you have Oyo that has said Sheyi Makinde saying he's not supporting Tinubu. I said it in my last video about Sheyi Makinde that this is his last 4 years, so he could say whatever the heck he wants to say because he's leaving, So I really think, Peter Obi, don't run in 2027. I think you should sit this one out, sit 2031 out because it's the turn of the North, and then come back guns are blazing in 2039 and see the kind of support and movement that you're going to build. That's my take.